Another update. I'm recording this on Saturday, 27th of July. So last time I was waiting to hear if the stent in my bile duct was clear or not. So I went to see the surgeon on Monday, had the blood test, and my liver function was improving, showing that the stent was clear. But then on Thursday, I went to another hospital to see a cancer doctor, and I had a blood test on that day as well, and the stent seems to be blocked again. And I got various bits of bad news anyway at that second appointment with the cancer doctor, so I'll talk a bit about that in this video. So just to recap, the bile duct is blocked by a cancerous lymph node that's pushing against it. The bile duct is just a very thin tube, and when it's blocked, your liver can't function properly because the bile can't get out, and also you need bile to digest your food. So it's very serious. And on Wednesday the 10th, so 17 days ago, I had a plastic stent placed in the bile duct. That's a 2 French stent, which means it's 3.3 millimeter diameter. It's about 9 centimeters long. And it seemed to work and then be blocked and work and now be blocked again. They do block sometimes. If you can imagine, it's a very thin plastic tube, and the symptoms are jaundice, so it's kind of yellow skin, fatigue because your liver's not working properly, itchiness because the bilirubin, which is what causes the jaundice, that can get dumped into your skin as well. So sort of itching all over your body, which is incredibly unpleasant. So anyway, on Thursday the 18th, Thursday the 25th, I went to Tokyo Medical and Dental University, which is the hospital where I'm going to have my cancer treated from now on, if my liver function improves enough to do anything. And I've talked to the oncologist about the different challenges and possibilities. And unfortunately, at the moment, it's all challenges and no opportunities. My liver function is too poor to do any chemotherapy because chemotherapy is very toxic. There is a new tumour in my liver. It's a 20 millimeter tumour, and I asked about treating that. One treatment for liver tumours is to put chemotherapy directly in. So there's a treatment called HI, which is hepatic arterial infusion. That's where you have a device placed under the skin near the liver, and it sort of pumps chemotherapy in. I don't think that's really done in Japan. There's one called TACE, which I think is transarterial chemotherapy embolization. But neither of those would work for me because the tumor doesn't have a lot of blood supplies. That it doesn't have like blood vessels kind of going in and out. So those treatments work by getting chemo directly into tumor through the blood vessels, or I think TACE, you put chemo in, but then you like block the blood vessels with metal balls or something. Another treatment, yttrium 90, Y90, where you're putting like radioactive balls into the blood vessels. So those are not options. I was then thinking about ablating the tumour. So there's a treatment called RFA, or in this case it would be MFA. So RFA is radiofrequency ablation, MFA is microwave frequency ablation, although of course microwaves are a type of radio wave. But unfortunately, because of the position of the tumour, that's not an option either. That the tumour is close to the portal vein, but also very close to the vena cava. I think there's 2 vena cavas in the liver. I don't know if this is the major one or the minor one. But because radiofrequency ablation works by inserting a needle into the tumour, a special needle that's heated up by radio waves, the tumour sort of reaches ablation temperature. I think that may be in a 90°C, something like that, that destroys the tumour. But because it's close to these 2 big blood vessels, they could get, or they could explode, which is fatal, or I mean potentially fatal. It's kind of emergency surgery, probably going to be fatal. So that's not an option. Radiotherapy may be a possibility, but I think I've had the limit of my radiation. So you have limits for each part of your body, how much radiation it can take, but there's also a whole body dose limit as well. And I'm pretty sure I've reached the limit of my whole body dose, because I've had proton beam therapy to the liver and tomotherapy to the liver and lymph node, paraaortic lymph nodes and lung nodules as well. So I think that's the limit. So I'm in real trouble because I can't do any chemotherapy. Cancer is growing very, 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 very quickly. It looks like this liver tumour grew sort of from like 18 to 25 millimeters in a week or something, which is, yeah, incredible growth. Another thing I asked about is doing a biopsy of the liver tumour. Again, that requires like putting a needle in, but at least with a biopsy, the needle goes into the centre of the tumour. So it's less dangerous with the proximity of those big blood vessels compared to RFA. But yeah, I was told the biopsy might not be particularly useful because it's a 20 millimeter tumour. There might not be enough, mutated DNA for it to be like, accurate, something like that. So there's a chance that it might not, the biopsy might not show all the mutated genes that they test for. So anyway, I'm in real trouble. I'm gonna see the surgeon on Monday about replacing the stent. If the stent is blocked again, then it definitely needs to be replaced. And then it might take a couple of weeks to return enough liver function to do chemotherapy. But in that time, of course, the cancer is growing and spreading, and it may be too late. So I might, when my liver is healthy enough for the chemotherapy, I might just be told chemotherapy is not an option anymore. So that's very worrying. I'm going to meet with a specialist of RFA and see if there is any chance of destroying the liver tumour, even though it's in a dangerous place. Because there's a hospital very, very close to my new hospital, actually, called a Juntendor, and they are a high volume centre for RFAs. They've done thousands of the treatments, and yeah, they may still be able to do it. Having RFA on that liver tumour would be good because the liver tumour is causing me pain. It's in an area with a lot of nerve tissue. That's making it difficult to sleep and difficult to sort of function, basically. However, having RFA on that liver tumour is not going to make any difference to all the other cancer in the lymph nodes, and it will not improve the liver function because the poor liver function is caused by the blocked bile duct. I did also on Thursday meet with a geneticist, I guess. So this is someone in the that the hospital has a department of precision medicine, which is fantastic because my previous hospital didn't have that. And then I think within the precision medicine department there is the Centre for Cancer Genomics. So I met with that doctor, and he's just fantastic. And he said he would look into various treatment possibilities and trials based on the 3 known mutations of my cancer, which was from doing the genetic test 6 years ago, and possibly if I can do the genetic test again with an accurate result, I may have developed in those 6 years some more mutations as a result of the cancer being cancer growing and changing, but also you can get mutations sometimes as a reaction to the treatments. So that's the I can't even say that's a glimmer of hope, because those treatments would all, I'd be rejected for all of them, any possible treatments, just because it wouldn't be safe with my poor liver function. So at the moment things are extremely bleak, and there is no way out at all. The big thing is the bile duct. You can do things to improve your liver, but doesn't have any effect at all if the bile duct is blocked. You wouldn't. There's no sort of drugs or anything that would help. Nothing like that, because the bile duct is mechanically blocked. It has to have a some way of unblocking it with a stent or treating that lymph node, and doesn't seem to be any treatment for the lymph node either, other than chemotherapy, which I can't have because the bile duct is blocked. So Monday, which is the 29th, meet the surgeon again, another blood test. Tuesday, I'm having immunotherapy, thanks to your donations, which is amazing. The immunotherapist is not optimistic because 2 things. First of all, the immunotherapy works much, 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 much better just after chemotherapy or radiotherapy, for various reasons. The main one being that if you have a couple of weeks of chemotherapy, then there will be dead and dying fragments of cancer cells, and the immunotherapy kind of sees that essentially, and that makes it more effective. Also, the amount of cancer I have at the moment means there'll be a lot of immune suppression, so that the cancer will be able to suppress my immune system, so that the immunotherapy will have less effect. Another reason to do it after chemo is that some of the immune suppression is caused by regulatory T cells, Tregs. Cancer can upregulate Tregs, which means that it kind of stimulates the production of Tregs. Tregs tell your T cells not to work. Tregs are very, very important for us because they help prevent our immune system from attacking us. But yeah, the cancer can upregulate them, cause a lot of them to be floating around in your body, and therefore the T cells that otherwise could potentially attack the cancer will be less able to do that. So so that's where I am now. As always, if you can comment on the video, makes a big difference. Hitting like, hit subscribe, that makes a big difference because then more people see the videos. And obviously if you can donate or share the donation link, that makes a huge difference as well. I'll do another update in a few days' time. Honestly, it's going to be probably another bad news update, but I'm going to keep doing these whenever I can. Thanks a lot.